camera's about to go live. Let's go. Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Today I'm going to be doing a concealer video. My favorites have changed over time, but I want to share with you my favorites of the moment. Oh, this earring is heavy. But yeah, if you're interested in what my favorite concealers are, then continue watching this video. So I have a container that I keep my concealers in. So I'm going to start off with the ones that I've had the longest. Sorry, there's fuzzies on my shirt. Excuse me, this ratchet. These are the concealers that I first started out with. These are the Studio Finish concealers, and I have them in NC30 and NC35. Now, the reason I like these concealers is because they go on very smooth. They're very easy to blend, but they also dry matte. And concealers are also a big help if you like to put shadow and liner underneath. You don't want to have it drag down, and this does a pretty good job. This is probably second best in keeping the under eye area matte and sucked in all the moisture. And it's high coverage foundation, not foundation, concealer. This next concealer is one of my new ones, and this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. This is probably the least coverage concealer that I own, and the reason I like it is because for me, I find that it's very reminiscent of I think it's Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, the one where you twist it up and has a little sponge applicator on the top. It's got a nice watery consistency, but at the same time the coverage is fairly good and it spreads very nice and evenly onto the skin. Almost feels like a lightweight liquid foundation. My hands are just doing this all. What's this? And I got this in a light color because it's very good at brightening the under eye. If I want to go a little bit more ham underneath the eyes for concealer, then that's what I use it for. This is really popular. And again, if you want to try something that's similar to the Age Rewind but want to try something else, maybe a little bit more high-end, definitely pick this up. And I definitely recommend this for lighter highlighting all over the face. The next one that I have is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This for me is reminiscent of the Fit Me concealer, and I immediately thought about those things when I first purchased these. I'm like, hey, this kind of reminds me of this and this kind of reminds me of that. So this is a little bit more high coverage. It's not as dense and rich as the pot concealer that I showed you, but it still packs on a lot of pigment, a little bit more than the Urban Decay, I think, and it really does smooth out the face. This is awesome. This is like my perfect skin tone. It just gives me enough coverage in those areas that I need because I like more coverage in the center of my face. I really like face and body, and that doesn't give me full coverage. It's a very sheer coverage of foundation. I like to use this to brighten underneath my eye area because even with light foundation, I really like to make sure that these bad boys are covered well because they can scare you. This concealer is a pretty penny, but I personally think it's worth it. I like it a little bit better than the Fit Me. I really like it. I do. It's good. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is not really a concealer. This is like legit foundation. High coverage, long lasting, and it's extremely mattifying. Now this is probably my holy grail concealer, and not because I feel like I like it the best, but because of how well it works on my skin considering where I live and the type of skin that I have. I not only have oily skin, I sweat very easily. This concealer stays on my face regardless of anything. And because I want something that I don't have to fix when I'm out, this is very reliable for me. A lot of people love this concealer, but at the same time, there's a lot of people who don't because they feel like it really dries up the under eyes, and I agree to it, but there is a way to fix it, guys. I'm about to help y'all out. If you don't properly take care and prime underneath the eyes, it will crack, it will look dry, it will look gross. However, I find that if you use your eye cream, just dab a little bit underneath your eyes, let it dry, and then use some sort of like eyeshadow primer right underneath to fill in those fine lines. If you don't have any, then I don't know you. So the eye cream really helps moisturize the area so it doesn't look as dry, and the eye primer fills in those little ditches. So try that out if you really like the wear of the Pro Longwear concealers but haven't found the right way to use them. Try it out. Let me know what you guys think. It's worked for me and I'm hoping it will work for you. These are my last two, and these are not really concealers, they're highlighter pens, and these are the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter pens, and I have them in 2 shades. I have one in Bright Forecast. It's got a little bit of a peachy undertone, and this is really just to get rid of the dark circles underneath the eyes. I'm not trying to brighten or anything like that. I just want to look like normal. Then if I want a little bit more extra brightening and lightening underneath the eyes, but I again don't want to go ham with my concealer, I want to keep everything a little bit more on the lighter side, not as cakey, then I'm going to use this one. This is the Light Boost, and it is a yellow. So if you've never had or used a highlighter pen, the best way that I can describe it is if you think of foundations and you have like heavy duty foundations, like mattifying foundations, that'll be along this range. And then you have your watery foundations. And a good example would be MAC's like Face and Body, very natural finish. That's what I think these are for. They're not used to conceal things. They're used to brighten things, to correct things. That's what they're for. I really like them. But at the same time, I know that I need different kinds of formulas because I sometimes like to go a little bit more extra with my makeup, and sometimes I just don't care. I don't want to like swatch anything. I think concealers is something that you really need to try on yourself. So what I'm gonna say is go out to stores, ask them for a sample, and they don't give it to you, you walk outside like a boss. And those are all the concealers that I own. I know that it might be a lot to some people, it might be a few to some people, but I'm honestly trying my hardest. I don't know if I'm succeeding, but I'm trying my hardest to just pick stuff and use them. I'm really trying my best to really look at my vanity and see that I really don't need to buy any more makeup, but there's just those pieces that I just want to grab up. So concealer, I'm very happy with it. I don't think I want to try any other concealers on the market, but I wanted to share them with you just in case you are on the market for a concealer. Those are my favorites, and I feel like I kind of have a range of concealers for different uses, for different looks, finishes, you know. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to be updated on future videos, I hope that you decide to click on the subscribe button down below. I will also be leaving my Instagram information in case you want to follow me on there, and I post my looks on there. But other than that, that's it. All right, guys, I hope that you are all doing well, taking really good care of yourselves, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bam. Bye, guys. Well, hope. Jitters. The Looney Jitterbug. The Looney Jitterbug. Hello. Organize your concealers like this, just so that you can mess it up the next time you use it. I'm guilty. I'm gonna make my thumbnail. I never let go. My brain's not working. It's funny how they will serve. I'm sitting back, baby, watching you burn. You do it, baby, years ago. Can't get with me now, I'm grown. Get it on, baby,